Okay, good morning. So it's Carlton Terrace house, located in Carlton, right near the exhibition buildings. Our brief was to reinstate independence and domesticity to two amalgamated single-fronted terraces previously used as an office and internally stripped of period character. Liberated from their interconnectivity, the North Terrace, the subject of our submission, would become the new home for our clients and their adult children, while the Southern Terrace would be renovated as an investment property. Having previously lived in single-fronted double-storey terrace, our client's primary objective was the introduction of natural light and bringing a sense of space to the long, narrow building form. So located in Drummond Street, fair enough. Oh, you can't see it at all on your screen. Sorry.
I know we can.
Can you just see it? It's very clear on my... Okay, sorry. That's not very good. Anyway, it's just a little axo showing the kind of forms, the lean-to buildings at the back that were removed. That might make more sense. There's quite a lot of car parking at the back of the site and has a lane on the side, and some of the former kind of outdoor garden spaces. Yep, so here, laneway to the north. The subject site is... It's a little bit tricky, this project, because it was kind of two, but we're kind of focusing on one, so happy to answer more questions about that later on. So here you can see, looking to the two front doors, when it was consolidated, it was an optometry institute for 10 years, and how they kind of converted one of the doors to a window, then the upstairs space. And so here, removing the kind of rear structures and keeping the principal front two rooms of the original building. There's a constant balancing act at play at Carlton Terrace to bring in light without losing privacy, to bring scale and space without dominating context, and to renew a sense of livability without ignoring heritage. So here are the locations. Sorry, I have to. The locations of the new gardens and light areas for opportunities for light, and the new masonry walls that wrap around and contain the new program. Formally, the folding roofline transitions the existing terrace volume to a more neighbourly scale, whilst also creating a curious ambiguity. Mindful of a narrow footprint, the roofline pleats upwards to form a dormer window capturing sky views and giving a sense of expanse to the living spaces. Clustery windows follow the pitched roofline, injecting valuable northern light to both levels. So here during construction and post-completion. So it was a kind of a colour-bond, kind of a lighter roof, and as I said, kind of folding roof plane that kind of sits on this kind of perimeter masonry wall. Through a curated sequence of compression and expansion, the design seeks to bring a newfound sense of openness without compromising on the privacy that is so valued in inner-city lots. So here you see that 11 is the light cord, and then these kind of folding roof planes and tucking program within roof spaces. So the ground floor, so the courtyard to the right, number 10, and then on the north, 11 is number 1 is a new little entry off the laneway. And then first floor has 3 bedrooms, a void along the north, and then the studio, kind of modest studio space at the back. So here, some of the visualisations that we used to try and convey the opportunities to the client, given it was kind of not an easy space or volume for the client to get their head around. But it was a fourth project that we had worked with these clients, and so there was a lot of kind of trust between the two of us. And here, the finished outcome. And then similarly, looking back the other way through to that double height kind of chasm void at the new entry at the centre of the house. The material combination of lighter masonry and blonde timber created chromatic synchronicity, making legible the full extents of interior spaces as opposed to individual parts. The construction typology of masonry walls with a lightweight roof is sympathetic to the context while also clearly delineating between old and new. So here you've got this, there's an upper bedroom form that actually kind of cantilevers over the lower kitchen space. Within the kitchen, because of this constant kind of dialogue that we had with the client about light, we inserted a kind of a golden mirrored lined skylight within the kitchen that really gave this lovely kaleidoscopic kind of observation of weather. which you see here. Even upstairs, sorry, it's not a great construction photo, but in one of the upstairs bedrooms where it had opportunities for an existing north-facing terrace window, but it was often about even trying to get light down to the lower ground level. So this became a shaft that then the upper bedroom also benefited from and became an opportunity for the clients to actually install art within that shaft. And here you see the light being sort of brought down to the ground floor. A first floor bedroom is tucked under a new roof form, whilst providing a more intimate condition for the kitchen and dining area below. The bedroom's placement also allows for an emerging sense of expanse as one moves through the living space. And so here, hanging your head over the kind of void space, you start to see how that void works, and it's a bit hard to see, it's very acute, but there's a window that borrows light through those. That's a kind of wacky photo that explains that kind of window in that bedroom that borrows light through the clerestory windows. This curation of compression and expansion by a considered programmatic arrangement results in a dynamic spaciousness not often felt in this typology. So here the view from that central new informal entry from the lane, and sorry, that window in the distance just above the bluestone foundations this is the other side of it in that original lounge. Further opportunities for light and careful connections with heritage occur at the transition point between old and new. Externally, a glazed cut traces the junction and leads to an informal entry from the northern laneway, delivering light and occupants to the centre of the home. And that's on the other side of on the first floor, but the little glazed cut that happens between the transition between old and new. Accumulating in the lush pocket courtyard, the internal space is material extended via the continuous masonry perimeter walls. With light, space, privacy and scale constantly at play, this project presents a dynamic response to client needs, as well as the challenges often associated within this kind of terrace housing. Despite its formal complexity, Carlton Terrace sits sympathetic to its heritage context, suggesting its ability to settle comfortably into its site and surrounding community.
1 minute.
I'm done. Thank you.